Hi, Shelly here, creator of the Craft Box, and today we are going to dive into the Mermaid Box. So everything that you need to complete these 3 crafts are in here. Only thing that you will need is perhaps something to cover your tables, and then scissors, but everything else that you need is included in the box. So actually, let's kind of jump into the box and see what we have. All right, the first thing that we have here is just a little note from myself. We've got a craft box sticker, and then some custom coloring pages that fits the theme of your box, along with some prints. All right, next, this one's kind of fun. This is just a miscellaneous craft bag. So you don't need this bag for these 3 projects. This is just extra supplies like pipe cleaners, popsicle sticks, ribbon, googly eyes, stickers, just some kind of fun supplies for your child to do something entirely different, get creative, and do their own thing. Next, what we have is the 3 projects that we're actually gonna complete together. And that's what we got for the Mermaid Box, so I'm excited to guide you through these. Let's get started on our tissue paper seashell. So the first step, so you got 4 paint colors. This paint is gonna be good for 2 of our projects. So when you're done with this one, please don't get rid of the paint. You'll have more than enough for 2 of the mermaid projects that you've got. So first things first, you're going to paint your canvas. I encourage you to get as creative as you want with this, so it doesn't have to be just one plain color. I put the brown in there if you wanted to do like a sand at the bottom, blue for the sky or blue for the water. So go crazy, have fun with it. So you're gonna start by painting this, then you're gonna let that dry. You're gonna get your seashell. So, like I said, you're gonna need a pair of scissors for this one. You have your strips of tissue paper and you are just going to cut it in about 1-inch squares. And just repeat, repeat, repeat. You're gonna cut them until you have no strips left. All right, you have your glue stick. The reason I have the Q-tip is because what you're gonna do here is you're going to wrap the tissue paper. Parents, you're gonna remember this one from when you were kids. You're gonna take the tissue paper. I actually like to glue it first. So we're just gonna kind of do section by section. I'm doing my outline in pink. So what you do is you just, like I said, put the tissue paper around the Q-tip, and then you're just gonna dab around the outline. And just keep going, going, going until you go around the whole thing. Like I said, I'm gonna do section by section. I'm gonna outline it in pink this time, and I'm gonna do purple in the middle. You're just gonna keep going, allow it to dry when you're all finished, then allow it to dry, and then you're going to cut it out and just glue it on your canvas. So this is a fun one. Let your kids just kind of go wild with how they want their color placement, how they wanna paint their canvas. This is totally customizable, so I hope they have a great time with this one. Let's get started on our mermaid canvas scene. So this one, it's kind of more of a guide rather than a tutorial. I'm gonna let you know what your contents are, and you are gonna let your child go crazy with this one. This is their opportunity to get creative, and whatever they want it to look like, they can. So meaning, if you wanna do something like me, or they wanna do something like me where the mermaid is swimming in the ocean and it's blue up top and she's got the sand at the bottom, that's fine. If you wanna, you can reverse it, you can do opposite. Paint, your canvas pink, and you can actually just put the glue straight on the mermaid, and she can be covered in sand and shells. That's a cool option too. So it doesn't have to look like mine. I would encourage them to be original, be creative, and yeah, just do their own thing on this one. One thing I want to point out is these 2 that have the letter G on it is glue, so it's not white paint. You can actually just use your paintbrush, dip it in the glue, paint it on the back of your mermaid when your canvas is obviously all dry. Paint the glue on the back, and you're just gonna put her down wherever she wants to be. That's kind of it with this one. Like I said, I encourage you to let their creative juices flow, and oh yeah, this is a messy one. So please be sure to cover your tables because they are working with kind of loose sand and seashells, but I know it's gonna turn out really great. I hope they have fun. All right, we're gonna get started on our string art tutorial. So I'm gonna be doing the dinosaur right now, but this tutorial will work for whatever design you have in front of you. If you have the unicorn, if you have the over the moon box, totally fine. It's gonna be the same instruction. You're just gonna wanna focus on the design in front of you and the shape in front of you. All right, so to get started, you are going to take the top off your string, the bottom off your string, and you are gonna find the center of your string and kind of open it up like a circle. Find the end, and you are going to tie a knot around whatever nail you'd like to. It doesn't matter where you start. Once it's on there, go ahead and double knot it for me. And there are two ways that you can handle your string. One is that you can kind of just wear it on your wrist like a bracelet and then just extend it as you go. The other, and that's what I'm gonna do today, is we're actually gonna extend it all the way out and just let the string hang out on the floor. This way is basically to just avoid knots. This string does knot up pretty easily. So if you extend it all on the floor first, it'll minimize the risk of knots. So hang tight, and you're just gonna unravel it until it's all on the floor. All right, let's get started. All right, so with string art, there is no pattern. It's kind of up, down, side to side, across, diagonal, really every which way until it's nice and full. I chose to do the tutorial on the dinosaur because it is one of the more challenging shapes. What you want to look out for with this one is just making sure that you don't cross out of the line. So like I tell my kiddos when they're in here, when you're coloring, you want to color inside the lines. It's the same thing with string art. You want to string inside the lines. So we're right here. What I mean by that is you don't want to cross over because then you lose your shape. Okay, so you could kind of focus on section by section. If you want to just focus on this dino's head at first, that's fine. And then we can kind of move down to the neck. Like I said, there is no pattern. Up, down, side to side, across, diagonal. Another little hint for you, or a helpful tip, is that each piece of string is made up of like 10 really fine baby pieces of string. And if the nail head slices it, it can shred really easily. So just make sure that when you're stringing, you're going all the way underneath the nail head. If you need to, you can push down on the string. You can focus on foot by foot, make sure that your kiddo isn't accidentally like crossing over like this. With this one, that's easy to do. So I would recommend that you guys really take your time with this to make sure that you're staying in the lines. I am just gonna keep stringing until it's pretty full. We're gonna fill in the center first before we start our border. All right, this is looking pretty good to me. So you're gonna wanna save yourself about 4 feet of string for your border. And let's jump into the border. So what you're gonna do, it's basically like playing connect the dots with the nail heads. So you're going over and back, over and back, over and back. You're basically giving each nail a full hug, connecting the two. I like to do the over and back because it gives it a really nice, it defines it. Really good definition there, so you really know what you're looking at. All right, we are back to where we started. If you have any extra string, I would encourage you to use it, because with string art, more is more. The more string you use, the better, the more the design comes to life. I'm gonna cut it here. So give yourself a few inches if you decide to not use the rest of it. And then you are going to tie a knot to whatever nail you are closest to. Doesn't matter where you end it. You're gonna give it a nice tug. Cut off your extra string, not too close. And we've got our cute little dinosaur. Thanks, guys.